that these symbols meant something good in the past, and all these bad guys use it for something bad, and so he wants to rectify, he wants to bring life back to him. So now he's using these Luciferian and Masonic symbols for that purpose. That was his explanation.
And it's so typical. It's so typical.
I think there's no need for symbols. I mean, I think there's,
but let's say you do.
A logo, you can do a design. Even on his art, because he has art on his webpage, it's very Masonic. I mean, you'll catch the Eye of Providence, you'll catch pyramids, you'll catch everything.
Hey guys, Cullen Smith here. Welcome back to Lifting the Veil. So I've connected this to what it actually means here, and this is actually what the symbolism that they're showing in this Sumerian relief, and I'm not sure exactly which clay tablet or which relief this one is of, but it's a well-known, one of the most popular and one of the most iconic images known from Sumero-Akkadian Babylonian religions of their depiction of their tree of life, which is actually a pomegranate tree, and this depiction is actually the pomegranates surrounding the one, just as this medieval Christian artwork is also depicting the 12 around the one, just as the pomegranate here is the exact same symbolism originally of the tree of life and the human body, or the axis mundi, directly flanked by the two twin pillars, which are, disguised or depicted here as these two men standing. And what they're doing is they're actually, everyone's always, what's with the baskets? What's with the handbags? What's in the basket? But what they're actually doing is they're harvesting the fruit of the tree of life. They're harvesting the pomegranate, and in other depictions, they're harvesting the pineal. They're harvesting the pine cone from the pine tree. The pine tree is the human body, the world pillar. And so this is exactly what this old relief is actually depicting, and that's why they have Shamash, or the sun god, which became Ahura Mazda, or which was Ashur. Basically the sky, the sun, the solar ascended deity, which is the same depiction as the Caduceus staff with the wings of the crown, the winged crown atop the crown of illumination. So again, that's why the 12 around the one it's all the exact same story, and it's all the exact same symbolism. So that's what the handbags are for. They're picking the fruit of the tree of life. They're collecting the fruits of the labor, the fruits of the tree of life. They're harvesting the fruits of the illumination. You see the gift of the rays of the sun, of the illumination, the life force, the cosmic energy, which gives life to the physical body, and which bears the fruit of illumination, which we then harvest and we partake of here in this earthly realm, on this world. And so it's depicted in Christian, Sumerian, and of course depicting all originating from the anatomy, the source, corresponding to the universal, the cosmic source. And so, of course, the symbol of the thyrsus, the anise staff, or the anise stalk, topped by the pine cone, of course, it's simply the symbolism of the esoteric human anatomy, the symbolism of ascension of consciousness, of life and physiology itself, as we've covered thoroughly and extremely in depth in the Symbols of Power film series. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're new to my channel, if you're new to this information, I will link those videos at the end of this video and in the description down below as well. So make sure to click on that up here in the corner to check out that information so much more in depth, because I'm not going to go in depth on that here. But I haven't specifically covered the thyrsus and the pine cone too much in depth. We covered it in Symbols of Power Part 2. We covered the axis mundi, which is what the anise staff is, what the thyrsus is. It's the axis mundi. It is the world pillar, the world mountain, the world axis, the stalk or the pillar of life, the pillar of stability, and all of that. So it is literally, it's representative of the human spinal column, of the Shishumna in astrotheology.
And the torsus comes from ancient Greek, literally torsos, which is actually the doublet of torso, which literally became the word torsos, is literally where we get the word torsus from, torsos. And again, is obviously topped with the conical ornament, and any conical ornament, and we will cover this later on in the film as to why the conical ornament shape is so significant, carried by Bacchus or his followers, or Dionysus. And in botany, it's a species of inflorescence, which has a very dense panicle. And I want to interject here real quick while I'm on this subject, is that back when I used to grow cannabis in California, is I had noticed the sacred geometry of what creates the cannabis buds, when I specifically found this one bud that I noticed, and it was, I wish I'd taken a picture of it, and I didn't end up posting it anywhere, and I should have, but I just got too busy. But anyways, what I posted a picture of, or what I took a picture of, was looking head on one of the cannabis buds that I had, and what created the form was actually a perfect pentagonal vortex. So if you take a pentagram, a five-pointed star, and you spin it, that's literally what creates the cannabis buds, at least the OG Kush that we were growing. So I just wanted to point that out. So the entire numerology, the entire mathematics of the cannabis plant is, the leaves go from 3 leaves. They start off at 3 when the plant is young, and then it matures to a 5 leaf. And then it matures, when it's fully mature, it becomes a 7 leaf. So 3, 5, 7. And then, of course, the bud itself is also a Venusian, or the energy signature pattern of Venus, which is the pentagonal 5-pointed spiral, which is the influence of Venus, which creates many, many plants and herbs on planet Earth, have that energy signature of the planet Venus from her magnetic resonance, forming their buds and their fruits and their. So it's found all throughout botany and biology, which is the dense conical shape on the top of the stalk. And of course, inflorescence literally means I begin to flower, which in other words, to blossom. And of course, this is phonetically identical to inflorescence, which literally means in the bright light. Inflorescence in physics literally means the emission of light or other electromagnetic radiation, also meaning the light so emitted. Coined by physicist George Stokes from fluorspar essence. And fluorspar literally means a mineral crystal, a halide or a salt mineral composed of calcium fluoride, the essence of the mineral crystal, which is why the fluoride is what competes with calcium fluoride and what calcifies the crystal of the pineal gland. And so now you'll finally understand why the bird gods, Enki and Enlil, the sky gods, the sky lords, the bird deities are harvest. And if we want to get fringe and conspiracy type thinking, then I could suggest that this is the harvesting of potential. And of course, this is why Jim Henson depicts in the Dark Crystal series as to why the bird overlords, the bird gods, are harvesting the potential of the dark crystal, which is an allegory for the pineal gland, as well as the allegory for the crystal of the human body, of the Kabbalistic tree of life. So harvesting the energy of the human crystal, of the human soul, of the human psyche.
Alright guys, I'm terribly sorry, but that we are out of time. That's all the time that we have for this segment of the film. So we will split this up and continue it in the next video. So click the link in the description below, or the box at the top of the corner at the end of this video to click on into the next segment of this video portion. But I've had to limit it to, by popular request, to specifically time limits. So yeah, thank you.
That's literally what
You know, so that's what it all means. That's what it all comes from. And I'm sorry I didn't want to make this too long. I wanted to make this a short video, but you know, like as always, you cannot scathe the surface of this stuff. And as always, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch my videos. If you enjoy this information, please share it around with anyone who you think might also appreciate the information.
It's my greatest passion, and my purpose and my mission is to continue to produce genuinely inspired and meaningful, uplifting content, intellectual pieces of art.
We haven't even begun to scratch the surface of just how much info is ready and waiting to be produced. I can't even keep up with the amount of output, let alone the amount of writing that is coming through. We haven't even gotten started yet. We are just warming up.
And so we just need to take care of this business, guys. If I can meet my second minimum goal, I will never have to ask or beg for funding ever again. So I want to get to that point where I never have to ask you ever again, because I hate doing it, honestly. I really do. So I hope I never have to ask again by reaching these minimum goals. Because as it stands right now, I am not able to do this full time. I simply am not making enough to pay off the amount of effort that goes into these. So I can't practically do it right now. So we have to meet these minimum goals. Otherwise, I can't do this. Please help me continue in this mission.
And check out the merch in the links below. Help support my channel that way, or support my channel on patreon.com/liftingtheveil. Links in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next video. So there is so much more content coming up. First in the lineup is the 6-hour film that I'm going to divide up about the New World Order agenda and the truth about veganism. It will be a part 2 of my other viral film that went out, so the truth about veganism. So stay tuned for that next. It's almost finished. I'm just polishing up. I want to make sure I cover all the details, so it's very in-depth, and that way there's no confusion to leave you hanging. So look for that next.